Hey everybody. Today should be a good stream. We're gonna work out some bugs in Godot first on stat algorithm. We are in Trello now, so we have a better way to track some bugs and things. And then we're gonna work on some music, which should be fun. Haven't worked on music on stream yet, but gonna start the OST. Gonna start working on the soundtrack. I am starting from nothing. It's going to be rough. We'll get some basic structure, some chord progressions or something down. Should be fun. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get started here. Let me do this real quick. One moment. Hey David, how's it going? Good to see you. We're just getting started here. It's gonna be a pretty short stream, but it should be fun. Good to see you. All right, let me show you where we're at so far. So we made a lot of progress the last couple of days. Most recently, we worked on getting the kind of AI set up. What else we do here? We worked on some animations. We got some form of stats set up where everyone kind of has different stats, right? It's not just the job class. Working on getting some things set up here. Kind of walk through a quick match here of what it looks like so far. Obviously, all the textures and everything are a mess, but they'll get there. So now we've got different characters who have kind of different abilities and skills and things. We did get a directional system where I can set a direction after I go. The AI is not too smart yet. Mostly the AI kind of just tracks somebody. Obviously some work there. They track ultimately whoever has the highest HP right now. So it's super simple. And then there's some weird glitches and animations that we're working through. Already have that one captured. So that's essentially what's going on is he's not finishing her animation before his turn. So that's a known issue. But it's starting to feel like a game. Obviously, it's kind of just the textures and things are very basic. We'll work on those for sure over time. Mostly just they're all placeholders. So what you're seeing now is not what the game's gonna look like. Thanks, appreciate it. And then I have some weapons and things coded in. I have like a sword and a staff that have different animations and things. Ultimately, it's not a lot, but it's a start. And obviously, you can't see the sword and the staff. They don't have meshes yet. So it's still a to-do is actually assigning, giving some look to some of this stuff. But ultimately, like if you played it right now, it feels like a game. It's not great yet, but it feels like a game, almost looks like a game. So yeah, kind of fun. Today, we did get our Trello board set up. It is in bright pink. I have not messed with any settings. I'll work on the color scheme. You can see the pink highlighting for my screen right now. Ultimately, this is kind of our to-do list. So as we kind of go through things, we'll get to see things kind of check off. I'm going to work really quick on stats. One thing that we have right now, our stats, if we look at them real quick, are super basic. So our stats right now are, hey, go take everything and sum it together. It's not really even a smart way to do it. It's like, hey, go add everything up. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a dictionary for all the stats. It's going to look like this, and there's going to be a dictionary, and it'll loop through all of the keys in the dictionary, and I can assign them. They're all going to be the same in terms of, I think what I'll do is like take my base stat, multiply it by like a class modifier basically. So take base stat times a class modifier, and then I'll add weapon and armor. And I'm going to do it kind of dynamically, and that's going to allow me to do this as I expand and have more armor and stuff. It's going to be a little bit more modular, which is my keyword apparently. So that's what we're doing now. It's going to be a little bit of typing here. Nothing a whole lot of fun, but you know, that's okay. We're working this through this. So if you got questions or anything, feel free to ask. This shouldn't take too long. Essentially just typing these out. Actually, I probably can do this a little quicker by, oops. Oh man, I had a cable underneath my thing here. Probably do this a little quicker by doing this and then cutting through this. So we'll work on that. And then later on the stream, I think I already mentioned it, but we're going to start tackling the OST. Should be fun. I do have a background in music, so as far as when I say background, I mean different hobby. Just a hobbyist. I have played some places and stuff, but nothing too serious. But we're going to get started there. It should be a whole lot of fun. I'll be struggling through it. I've never made a soundtrack for a game before. In fact, my music genre, most of what I play is actually country or folk, a lot of it. So yeah, should be interesting. I'll give default to sword. So yeah, but it should be a lot of fun. Is that all of them? I don't think so. Let's see what else I'm missing. All right, so let's see. I got health. Oh yeah, I'm adding a couple other here. This is also going to let me pretty quickly add stats, which is good. So evasion I haven't implemented yet, but I will have some sort of evasion, which is going to go up with things like heavier armor, possibly with speed. I haven't decided that yet. And then what I'll do is I'll take all these and do this. Oh yeah, one thing is these should all be in quotes, because they are just keys. That's all they are. So just making them strings here. And so this dictionary, the good thing about dictionaries is it allows you to kind of loop through the keys. Everything gets a single value, which for each character works really well. Thing to remember is this script, even though it's the same script for all the characters, is unique for each character. So every character should be able to have their own dictionary. I don't anticipate many problems there. And I think in here I need this on ready too. Yeah, I will. Let's see. Which basically this just waits to initialize it until it's ready. And what it allows it to do is I'm loading a file into it, so it just all loads at the same time. It'd be as if I was declaring it in this ready script. So these other things will load first, essentially, which is fine. Okay, so there's that. Now what my script needs to look like. So right now it's like this. Instead, I would have for stat in, what do we call that? Dictionary. We called it stat names.keys. All right. I need the animation. Actually, the animation doesn't need to be in this. Only needs to be stats that I can kind of sum up and are impacted by each other, which I think is this. And so what I would say is, oh, this would be an interesting one, actually. Okay. I got to think about this. So the keys are the name of the stats, but okay, I guess I could assign, let's do that for now. For now, I just need the values in the dictionary to be correct. I'm gonna scoot closer to my desk here, but I've got guitar pedals by my feet. All right. We navigated it. It was good. Okay, so let's see here. So basically I'm going to say stat equals, and it's going to be assigned class.stat. I don't think this is going to work. That's not going to work at all. I mean, I wish it would, but I don't think it will. Let's see if there's some sort of reference real quick. What I want is like an indirect. Let's see. So if I was doing this like in VBA, I'd use like indirect or something to call out the variable name. Let's see if there's a way to do it in here. Let's see. Let's see what this says here. Get and set. Okay. So I could probably use like set, stat, which should be a string. Set stat, or maybe I do stat.set. No, it's gotta be set stat, right? Set stat, comma, property, yeah, to the value. This is perfect. Okay. And we do get stat, and then we'd say assign class. So first we do current stats dot get stat. I think that works. And then we're gonna multiply by assigned class dot get stat, and then we're gonna add assigned weapon dot get stat, and then we're gonna add assigned armor dot get stat. I think that should work. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to comment these out. I know they work. Okay. For now, I'm actually just going to add it because, well, I guess I can multiply it. Okay, that's fine. So for that, let's see. Then that, and I'm going to print stat dot value. Well, so stat is... actually, I need to do stat names, stat like this. No, actually, I take that back. I need to set stat, which should be the stat in there. And then essentially, I would also do stat names dot, stat names stat equals, No, that's good. So then I would do stat name stat equals stat. Wow. Equals get stat. A lot of confusion here, but essentially this is a string with the name of the stat I'm trying to set. So therefore I'm using it throughout here. And they should all be the same. And so then I should be able to print get stat like this, and that should do it. Okay, I should, when I load all my stats, see everybody's stats, and they shouldn't be too insane. Let me real quick on these class multipliers. I need to modify them. So like movement is a 1. I can do jump distance is a 1. Health for apprentice, I'll just make it like a 1. It's fine. Evasion's a 1. Attack, I'll make it a 1. Speed, I'll make it like a 1.5 or something. Doesn't really matter right now. Accuracy, I'll make it a 1 is good. 1. And attack range is 1. Essentially what I'm trying to do here, actually attack range is 0 because it's only in the weapon. Okay. I guess I can make it 1 because the base stat will be 0. I'm changing up the way I'm doing this a little bit. And on these titles, I'm going to call them titles, probably not jobs. When you have a title assigned, it's going to be more of a multiplier on your base stats. So everything's going to kind of default to 1, and then I'll make a couple things 2s. It's going to make this a lot easier to balance these, I think. So then like for the starting classes, maybe everything is like this, but my attack is multiplied by 2. Maybe my health is multiplied by 2. And on my apprentice, oh, that was my apprentice here. Okay, so for the apprentice, speed probably is multiplied by like 2. These are integers. Okay, may need to fix that. Right now they're integers. I may need to set everything like to 10 to start. No, I can start everything with 1. I will probably make these floats instead of integers, which is pretty easy. Just like this. Reason being that I don't want to have to get large numbers that I change up. I want to be able to multiply this by like 1.1, for example. That should be all I have to do to change that. And now I should be able to use, yeah, it's going to reset everything. That's fine. 1, 1, 1, 1. My speed on my print is like 1.2. So just a little bit faster. Maybe luck. So this is like crit chance. Maybe accuracy. Let's do like 1.5. Now my warrior, I want to do something similar, like 1.5 on, maybe 1.2 on health and 1.5 on attack. Idea being, these are kind of the base classes or base titles, and I want them to be pretty equal. So we'll do that for now. And then I can focus a little less on additive here. So it's like this. I would have this as like a 3, 1 health. I could have as a like 25, I guess. Evasion doesn't matter because it's not implemented. 5 on attack. 5, that's fine. Base that. Accuracy, they're gonna miss everything if I do that. So like 50. Luck, 20 is good. And attack range, 0. Because that's gonna all come from the weapon. Just gonna kind of work through this real quick. I'm gonna take a screenshot of what this person looks like and probably copy it through everybody. This is basically the starting stats. So everyone should be pretty equal. There might be some variation as we get further along, but for now, it's easier just to make them the same. Let's see. Ultimately, what will happen in the game is, as you level and stuff, depending on what title you have at the time of your level up, you'll get different bonuses to these stats. So right now they kind of start basic, and then as you level up your character, when you have more advanced classes and things, you'll get better rewards essentially for having those different titles. And then I'll also have some titles I think that you unlock by doing special things. So it should be fun. It'll be kind of a cool reward system, I think. There'll be titles likely that increase your stats by a lot but make your leveling awful, and vice versa. So you'd have really good leveling, but at the same time your stats would be terrible. So it should be a pretty fun mechanic. Okay, so that should be okay here, and then I have that. Ultimately now this should work. It should give me, if get and set work like I think they do, I should output all of my different stats down here, and they should be somewhat reasonable. Okay, it did not like that. Is keys like that? It's probably like that. Let's see what this looks like. So those are going through all the keys in the dictionary and printing them out. Let's see. So it didn't like nil and nil operator on multiply. So current stats dot get stat. It does not like. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, so it's trying to load the stat. It's getting to the very first one. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna print. We're gonna say print stat, which should be a string, comma, and then we'll do get stat, just so I can see how that's working. Obviously, this isn't gonna quite work. Maybe current stats is not the right. That's what this says is current stats. Oh, let me check something real quick. Nope, they are all assigned, I think. Let's check the output here. Okay, so I did get movement speed 0. I added 4 to it. Okay, so I did get through movement speed. I just didn't get through jump speed. I guess that asks the question, does character stats have a jump speed? A jump distance, okay. Jump distance makes a lot more sense. Okay, let's go back to my script here. Back to up here. I likely just put jump distance instead of jump speed, so this really needs to be distance. Okay, which makes a whole lot more sense. Let's try it again. See if I can get through this. There's probably going to be some more mismatch variables here. Or maybe not. Okay. Okay, it didn't like that. It didn't like jump. I see. So I need to update jump speed everywhere to jump distance. There's probably going to be a few of these. Should be pretty easy to find though. Jump speed. I'll replace that with jump distance. Replace. Now I have to find in the rest of my scripts, which there shouldn't be very many. Let's see. I guess, yeah, I might as well replace it in what's commented out. One moment, I've got a sound machine. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. There you go. Let's see. So anywhere in here? Navigation. There are 5 matches. Ultimately, I guess it doesn't really matter here, but might as well do it everywhere. So replace there. And there's probably some changes in move select. I already caught those, I guess. It's fine. Confirm move. Nope. So enemy move, I'm guessing, or move enemy. Yep. There's 4. Replace them. Attack enemy. Nope. Active enemy probably has some. Has 2. Replace those. That should be the only places that it is. It shouldn't be in very many places. If it is wrong in places, the good news is it will tell me. So I'll fail those. So let's see what this looks like here. All right. I do have good health here. Good. My attack looks good. I think that pretty much worked. So that's good. Let's make sure and get through an enemy turn real quick. Okay. Should have been fine. Let's see here. All right. That looks great. Let's go do some attacking real quick. Just to make sure things look okay. Right now, the only variation right now is by class and weapon and armor. Ultimately, I do need to create some variation for a few other things, like levels and things. But I think the system I have now, I think what I would do is just use that current stats. I thought about adding like a base stats script, like a resource to capture the base stats. And what I kind of thought about was that probably doesn't really add much because I can just modify the current stats, right? And you don't really need like a history, like where you started. The reason I was thinking kind of do some base stats is just to have that, so you can have kind of where you started, but I don't think that provides much value. And you'll notice here, the AI is really not good here. It's something very simple. What they do is they chase whoever has the highest HP. The problem there is that when you can't move very far and you're chasing who has the highest HP, you end up just over here getting beat up by people with lower HP. Oh wow, he's got a lot of HP. I guess that has to do with his armor. That's okay. So we'll play through this real quick just to make sure everything still looks good. I like to try to play through a full round when I make changes, especially like major changes like this, just to make sure nothing broke inadvertently, because it's really easy for things to break. Oh man. So this guy does a lot of damage, has a lot of health, but misses a lot. His accuracy is real bad, which is fine. Just makes it a little harder to play with, which is good. I mean, right? There's some balance there. Let's see. So far, this isn't bad. All right, no real bugs so far. Just have him jump up there. Wait up there. But yeah, ultimately that looked pretty good. I was a little worried that refactoring so many stats all at one time was going to cause some issues, but ultimately it was fine. Okay, that should kill him. Oh, I need to check his accuracy. It's probably like nothing. All right. So not too bad there. Okay. That looks pretty good. I'm going to check his accuracy, which is 50. I guess that makes sense. Their accuracy is also 50, but if you look at their class, right, their apprentice, they're multiplying. Their accuracy is like 75, so it's 50% better. Okay. That looked and felt pretty good. So back to Trello here. ultimately that's fine. It's a pretty simple algorithm, but I think that works. And now the way the script is set up, in order to add more stats, like as I add more equipment and stuff, because I will have more equipment, it's as simple as adding those to the resource and then adding them up here to this dictionary. So that I think really helps in terms of just making things easy to update. The goal here again is I want everything to be expandable, to be modular, easy to update, and the best way to do that is to focus on that from the front. So that's kind of what I've been focused on here. That should be pretty easy. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna work on, I'm gonna call that one done here. We can do a little celebration. Oh, my goal is wrong. Let's update my goal here. Because obviously it's really bad here. That does not explain at all what I'm doing. So let's update that. We're not doing improved graphics, so it's on the list. So we just finished the algorithm. Let's see. I think the next thing I'm going to do here is create directional, we'll call it directional impact, right? Which way are you facing and how does that impact? I think that's gonna be the next thing to work here. Just because it's kind of already there. At least I have my direction now. This one's gonna be a little interesting. Ultimately, it's in this hit chance. Maybe not in this hit chance here. Probably in my attack node. So one of the things I did is try to make it pretty modular here. So I have this attack node, generate a random number, and if that random number is less than my 100 minus my character accuracy, I don't hit. One of the things is I want, like, if you're attacking from behind, essentially your accuracy to go to 100%. I'll also want to report that accuracy. So here I have my target. The first thing to do is going to be get the target direction, where they're facing. It's gonna be a little challenging. Let me go into the game real quick so I can say why it's gonna be challenging. Let me scoot that goal over. There you go. All right, so it's kind of interesting here. One of the things is, so like here, when I attack him, I can get his direction and I can say, okay, he is facing, we'll call it left, right? So he's facing left, I'm facing front. So I'm at his side. The problem, if I was here, facing like this, well, now he's facing down, but I'm still not quite there. So, and if I moved to over here, I could even change even more. I think based on ranges, it might change a little bit. So I do think, let me think real quick. So here I am attacking behind him. I can probably get credit for that. What I probably can do is look at their position and then look at their direction, judge which way they're facing, and based on which way they're facing and where I'm at, positive X, positive Y, or positive Z, I guess in this case. Based on that, decide if I am to their side, behind them, in front of them, and kind of go from there. So let's get that started. All right, so let's see. First thing I need to do, we'll have a variable that is target direction. And that's going to equal target dot rotation. I really only care about the rotation in one direction, and that's the Y direction. The reason I only care about the rotation in the Y direction, if I look at like one of my characters, for example, right? And we look at not the mesh, but the character, and we look at the transform, Y direction is going to be the only that changes, right? Because this is going to be like this. So only care about the Y direction, which makes this a little bit easier, which is nice. And I think here that I can use some sort of sine wave. That way, this should always be between 0 and 2 pi. I believe that my algorithm for setting the distance always puts it between 0 and 2 pi. Let me make sure real quick. It's going to be up here in direction, state. Let's see, direction select. So let's see. Yeah, should be a sine angle. I should always between 0 and 360. Or maybe it's negative 180 and 180, negative 179 and 180. Yeah, it should be. So that should be good, and it'd be the radian equivalent. So like negative pi to positive 2 pi, I guess. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, I should be between those numbers though. So let's go back to my attack node here. First thing I'll do is just get the rotation, and we'll print that. Print target direction. Next thing I need to do is I need to know the target direction of myself. So I have a variable that is current direction. And that'll just be parent dot rotation. Let's see if it might not be parent. Let's see if I have a character. Let's see if character equals self dot get parent. So I can do character dot rotation. Let's see, and we'll print that just so I can tell. I don't think it's as simple as, hey, what way am I facing? What way is the target facing? If we're facing the same direction, I'm behind them. Maybe it is, because I always face them. This might be super simple. What I'm thinking, and let's map it out on here. What I'm thinking is that no matter where I'm at, when I go to attack a target, I always face them. Because I always face them, I should actually be able to determine whether I am behind, in front of them, so on, just by our two directions. For example, they're facing this way, right? And I'm facing this way. Because we're facing the same direction when I go to attack, because we're facing the same direction when I go to attack, that should mean I'm behind them. Okay? As if I go to this, right? We are off by 90 degrees. Because we're off by 90 degrees, that should mean I'm to the side of them. I'm trying to think about other ways. Okay, we can attack. If we're facing each other, I'm in front of them. Hey, Journey, how's it going? Good to see you. We are currently working on building a directional system that impacts your accuracy and your ability to hit somebody. And then here in about 20 minutes, I'm glad you're joining, because here in about 20 minutes, we're going to jump into the DAW here, and we're going to work on some music, which should be fun. A little nervous here. I've never done a game soundtrack. So, everything you're hearing is original music, but the game soundtrack will be a little new. So I'm coming in with almost no ideas. I'm probably going to start with just like some looping, right? And just kind of get some ideas down on track. But you'll get to see the whole process, which hopefully is a lot of fun. Hope you enjoy that. All right. So this basically, I should have a new variable. I think that's like accuracy modifier. And yeah, absolutely just in time. So I think here my accuracy modifier would be like target dot rotation dot y. Let's see, this is gonna be dot y minus character. Or I guess I can do target direction minus current direction. Which should, let's see, that's an equals. And then I'll print accuracy modifier. This should return some value, probably between 0 and 2 pi. The only thing that probably is weird is big negative numbers and small negative numbers. So as opposed to this, maybe I could do rotate toward. I don't want to rotate toward. Let me look at that real quick. Rotate toward. There's a function here called rotate toward. Let's see. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I'm not actually sure. It might be in vector 3. Vector 3, rotate. Rotated. Okay. Let's see, I've used it pretty recently. What I use it in direction select. Rotation target, assigned angle 2, okay. I guess it's in the player script, huh? It's right here. Rotate toward. Not sure why it didn't pop up earlier. Okay. Rotates from towards 2. I wonder if there's like a get angle distance. Let's see. Look at that. Okay, returns the difference between 2 angles. Yes. This is exactly what I need. The reason I don't want to just subtract them, right? Because most distances or differences you just subtract. The reason you don't want to do that is because it can be anywhere from, it can be any negative number, any positive number, right? If we look back at what we were doing over here, right? Like this is positive 90, but I could easily go up to 360 and a negative 360, right? So because of that, I need to make sure that I am not double or discarding the negative numbers. And I don't want to create a super complicated math that normalizes it for me, because some of those negative numbers in the rotation, depending on what happens, could get really large. I think they should stay between them, but I don't have any scripts that like roll it over if it gets too negative. And any of these coordinate systems, if you go past negative 360, you just keep going negative and your character will respond okay. There probably will be some of those cases, but I think if I do rotation difference here, is that what it was? Rotation difference. Let's see if that's what that was. Go back to real quick. I'm going to check back at this and rotate angle difference. Okay. So there I can just grab angle difference here and should be pretty easy. Angle difference, target direction, current direction. That looks pretty good. I wonder here if I'm using angle difference, because I think I actually do. Yeah, so this is interesting. So what I did here is I took the absolute value of the difference between the signs, which is probably exactly what angle difference is doing, honestly. I'm going to leave this because this is fine. But this is probably a more elegant way to do it, is to use the angle difference. May go back. I'll go ahead and create a card for that, which is convert absolute value of sine difference to angle difference. And sorry if the pink is absolutely just murdering your eyes. Every time I pull this up, my it's just way too bright. I'm gonna get something a little darker here. Let's see. I like this. This is a good color. Okay. Yeah, much less harsh. Perfect. Okay. Good deal. So now I get my accuracy modifier, and I want to see what that is. So I'll print these. Should see it when I attack. And then based on that accuracy modifier, I should be able to, I'll check and make sure it's behaving appropriately. Accuracy modifier, if I had to guess, would be lower when I'm behind them and higher when I'm to the side or in front of them. It's like this. Let's turn off some of these prints here. And let me turn on some things here. So I'll print accuracy modifier. And then actually I can do accuracy like this. I'm going to turn off some more of these prints here. So right now I'm printing all of the stats. I don't need that anymore because we got the stats working first try. Wasn't even an issue, which is great. I am still printing all the priorities of all the people. I think that's in probably active enemy or in my script here. I don't need next. Kind of want to keep this at least. Maybe I don't need it right now, but I will need it. And then an active player, I don't need this, which is going to save me a lot of lines. I generated 3,000 lines of text in the last one, so it's hard to read. Let's see here. Let's try this again. This is nice. This little filter down here. If you're trying to see something, but you have a lot of prints going, you can just filter them out. Oops. So like I'm on the side here. So now I can see, let me move this a little bit so you can see. So you have an accuracy modifier of negative 1.5. I can probably take the absolute value of that because that's kind of interesting. When I attack from behind, I expect this to be 0. Look at that. Perfect. So that's good. And then to the side again, it should be about 1.5. All right. Which is pi over 2. And And then in the front, this should be pi, 3.1415. Perfect, look at that. So this is great. This is really good. So then what I can do is I can take sine of that, ultimately. So let's go back to my attack here. I can go back down to my accuracy modifier, and I'll take the sine of the angle difference. This should actually, would sine be the best thing to do here? I think so, or tangent. Tangent might be better here. Trying to picture the graph in my head here. I think tangent works. That's going to be from -1 to 1, and it should be through an entire angle, and I might have to shift it, but let's try that real quick. Oh, I need to, that's fine. So this should now return something between -1 and 1, and it should be normalized on the sides, I think, if I'm picturing my graph right. Oh, wow. Is tangent right? Maybe it's arctan. So tangent, okay, it's arctan here. Yeah. Because I have an angle. Oh man, I don't think it's arctan. It should work here. So I think of sine of an angle, it should be between -1 and 1. Let's just do sine here. Let's see if they have a graph reference here. It's been a while since I've done trig. Okay. Yeah, okay. So ultimately sine should work. I'm not sure why tangent didn't. Tangent should just be between -1 and 1 also. Obviously it was a high number. We'll check that out in a second. We'll look at that documentation. Okay. So let's see. So my attack this should be between, okay, so it's -1. The issue with this is when I attack from behind, and if I do sine, it's going to be 0. And if I attack from the front, it's also going to be 0. So it's not quite what I need. So I do think need tangent. Let's look at it here in a second. So this is also 0, right? Yeah. Okay. Easy enough. So let me look for a tangent here. I think tangent's what I need though. I don't know why that returns such a huge number. Turns the tangent of the angle. If I look up my tangent graph, right? Here's what I'm looking at. So between, this probably wouldn't work unless I multiplied it out and expanded it. Let's see here. So if like I'm at, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's going to infinity. So that's correct. That's right. That's right. It's been so long since I've done this. Okay, perfect. Then what I need here is sine doesn't quite work. Cosine is going to be shifted. That might even up the sides, but allow the top and the bottom to be 1 and -1. Let's try that. Give that a shot. It's just as easy guessing than trying to remember trig. I think that should work. Okay, so let's see. So on the sides, I've got 0, which might be okay. As long as it's predictable and it's the same on sides, but different front and the back, then it's good. Okay, so 1 here. And I think the front would return -1. This side will return 0 also, which is perfect. And then the front should return -1. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. Okay, so I take the cosine of that. I have some values here. Based on that, I would change my character accuracy. So essentially what I want is if I'm in the front, that needs to be the hardest, essentially, to hit somebody. If I multiply that, let's see, it won't be multiply it directly. I'm thinking here that I would take this, if I shift it all by 1, I end up with something between 0 and 1, which is probably better. Or 0 and 2, sorry. So I'll add 1 here. And now it's between 0 and 2, with this being on the side. So I should get like a 75%, I guess, here. This one, so then I'd multiply it by 0.25. If I did this, then I end up with 0.25. This ends up with 0.25. This ends up with 0, which is in front, which is good. And then this ends up with 0.5. Let's look at that real quick. From there, I should just be able to add it actually to the, or multiply it maybe the accuracy by that. Let's see. So we're gonna look real quick from the side. That's gonna be 0.25. Okay, looks good. We'll do it from behind. And that's gonna be 1.25. So my math was off. Oh, because PEMDAS here. I just need to add parentheses. Order of operations. Simple stuff here. In about 10 minutes, we're going to start working on some music, which should also be fun. I have a feeling I'm going to be a little better at this than working on a soundtrack, but we'll see. Should be fun. I've never used Ableton on stream before, so you guys can see me struggle through it a little bit maybe. We'll see. It might go really well. Okay, so you got 0.5 here. From behind there, this will be 0.25, which is fine. And then this one will be 0. Perfect. Okay, so from the front, I get a 0 modifier. I think what I need to do here then, let's see. So I'm subtracting by the accuracy. If I multiply the accuracy by, can't just be multiplied by it directly because I want essentially my accuracy to be impacted inversely from that. So this I need to get a little bit worse. This I need to get a little bit worse. This I need to get a lot worse. Let's start with that. So I have the number 0.5 and I want this to get my accuracy to get a lot worse. And so what am I doing here? If I hit here, I'm gonna get rid of this real quick, I think. So I have some variability in there in like how I hit. Let's see. Best way to do this here. I miss if my random number is less than 100 minus my accuracy. So let's say my accuracy is 50. If my random number is less than 50, I hit. If my accuracy is 80, then this ends up being 20. If the random number is less than 20, I miss. So ultimately I need to lower my accuracy. So what I could do is subtract, and we would say 100 times accuracy modifier. This is not what it needs to be because what this, the 100 at least, because what this means is if, for example, I hit from behind, this would be 100 or times 0.5, right? So it'd be subtracting 50 from your accuracy every time. And so like if my accuracy, oh, actually I need to add that. Sorry. No, I do need to subtract it, which would make hitting from behind better. Yeah, that's good. And maybe that is right. Okay, so here I'd subtract 50. Let me also print this algorithm here, just so I can see what my miss algorithm looks like. So accuracy modifier, and then I'll say like miss, and I'll print that. That I don't have to think at 11 o'clock at night. Let's see. See what this looks like here. Okay, from the side. So my miss is negative 20. Okay, not quite what I need, I don't think, because I will never generate negative 20 from the back. It's probably gonna be negative 50, negative 45. Okay, so never miss. From the side again, it's gonna be negative 20. Oh, okay, because they have different accuracy. So 15, that's fair. And then this is going to be a 5, so 95% chance hit. Interesting. Wait. Yeah, I need to hit with the same person, I think is the problem. Okay, so, or the same class of person at least. Let's see, so from behind, Arya hits -45, so there's no way you're gonna miss that. Let's go ahead and use you again, go from the side. -20, no way you're gonna miss that. Let's wait here. Oh man, killed him. That's okay, and then we'll go from the back here. And oh, we already did the back. Okay, that's fine. Wait. Okay. From the front, a 5%. So I do need to adjust this a bit. It's just too high. I think it's close. So instead of 100 times accuracy modifier, maybe I'd subtract like 50, which should get me at least some chance to miss everything. I don't know if I necessarily need some chance to miss everything. But that's okay. Okay, so let's see. From the side. So -8, so I would never miss that. Obviously, okay, because I'm multiplying by 0.25, so. Not quite. This is going to be like -25, I think. 20, okay. I would never miss that. Okay. Let's go to the other side. And 5%. Did I not make the update? Because that's exactly... Oh, it's exactly the same because I'm multiplying by 0. Okay, so their base accuracy is 95% anyway. So maybe that's okay. Maybe I need to adjust that real quick. Let's look at that real quick. So this is Arya and Alara. Their accuracy is 50 and 50. But let's see. Their weapon increases their accuracy by 20. So that's now... So let's start with here. We got 50 and 50. They are apprentices. So 50 times... So we got 50 times 1.5 plus 20, which is 95, which is exactly what I thought it was. Right? Yep. So ultimately what that means is I probably need to lower their base accuracy a bit. 50 I thought was pretty high, but maybe not. Everybody's is 50, which maybe is okay. Maybe 1.5 on here is a little high. Maybe there should be like 1.2. Maybe speed is 1.5. We'll mess with balance later. Now is not a balance time. Now as we're getting that. I think this works though. So I think ultimately with kind of a balanced character, this works. And if not, I know where it's at, so I can mess with it. Okay, so that has a 7.5% chance to miss there, which is good. Okay, let's move him over here. From the front, has a 20% chance miss. That looks pretty good. So somebody else has a, from the side, 27.2% chance miss. And then from the back, should have a 100% chance to hit. Yeah, 100% chance to hit. Okay, I think that works pretty well. That's a directional system. I made it really simple, but I think it works. All it does is looks at the direction everybody's facing, and based on that, it calculates what your chance of hitting is. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this round real quick, just to flush out any bugs that we may have introduced. Give us a chance to capture those. And then right after, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. There's a tile that for some reason I can't walk on. I'm not sure why. Anyway, let's capture that bug. While moving, and this is, I'm gonna put a timestamp in here of 0058. 00 movement square, movement algorithm, missed a possible square. It's kind of an assumption, but it's a pretty good assumption, I think, of what happened there. Yeah, kind of interesting. I spelled square wrong, but not familiar enough with Trello. So yeah, you can see, shouldn't happen. I should be able to walk through it. That's okay. So again, just kind of walking through stuff here, trying some different scenarios. Okay. Watching for bugs. We're going to finish this up and then we'll go right into Ableton right after this to go do some, oh, that's okay. We'll go right into Ableton to do some music, which should be fun. We'll see how that goes. Very interested and a little nervous. I just haven't done a whole lot of Ableton live and while streaming. So it should ultimately be pretty fun. I'll probably keep it pretty simple today. I think today we'll probably create a quick loop. We'll mess with some stuff. I'll probably mostly be on guitar. It's kind of my instrument of choice, at least while I already have that bug captured, by the way. If you saw the animation didn't play for the run, that's a known issue. But yeah, so most of my music is probably going to be on piano, and I have like a MIDI controller, right? We could do some stuff on piano. Piano is not my instrument. I could do some stuff, but ultimately guitar is, we're gonna be able to work a lot faster. So that's probably what I'll do there. Okay, I think now's a good time to switch over. I feel pretty good about this. I don't think I introduced any bugs here. So give me just a second. I'm gonna get set up and then we will, let me change the goal here. No longer directional impact. I think we're gonna call that one. Let's go ahead and actually, let's move this over. So I think we completed that. So we got quite a few things done today, which is exciting. And now we're on the OST battle song. I don't know if I'll end up doing a battle song or if I'll do more of a like a intro song. Kind of just depends, I think, where the loop takes us and the chord progression takes us. Should be fun. So then my goal here then is going to be create music for OST. All right. Wow, that font is awful for this. We'll just say for soundtrack. It is very cool. Yeah. That's cool. How long have you been playing piano for? I have kind of tried to learn piano a little bit, just enough to get by in music making here. All right, I'm gonna need just a second. Let me stop this here. The music's gonna stop. You're probably also gonna lose my voice for a second because if you notice, I have everything running through here. I need to set up a new scene, so I will be right back. It's gonna be, I'll stay on the camera, I guess, but you're just gonna lose me the audio for a second. I'm gonna copy this so I can paste it really quickly, and just a moment. To here. There you go. So now you can hear me, but I can't hear me. 1 second. I've got to set up some things here. I need to set up a return track. Let's go back to here. This return track needs to send audio to 5, 6. I gotcha. Piano's fun though. That's cool. Now you can hear me. Okay. So now you can hear me. This is super loud in my ear though. I don't know how loud it is out there. Let me check something real quick. Okay. So one moment here. Let me create a new folder here for tactics game OST. And then we're just going to call this Untitled 1. Okay, I'm going to jump over back to my other... Sorry, I'm going to jump over this track here to see how I have this set up because it sounded a lot better. I just have the master pulled down to -11.4. Okay. I think that should work. Let me go back to here and just pull this master down. It's just really loud in my ear. Okay, that's better. All right. So let's see here. Let me grab my guitar real quick. We can kind of mess with some stuff. Let me get set up. It's a little just different setup here. All right, so what I'm going to try to do, I really need to every day be working on this OST. One, it gets a little more variation behind the programming, which is going to be fun. And once the OST is in that loop, all the sounds will sound a little more familiar, which will also be fun. So I think that'll be pretty cool. I'm going to try, I think, doing like 30 minutes or so a day or a bit on a stream just on the soundtrack. All right, let's see here. So today I'm really going to try to lay out some chord progressions and kind of get some of this stuff figured out. I doubt we end up with like a usable song here. It's mostly going to be a couple chord progressions, something to start following, and then I'll be able to kind of create a MIDI map of that. So this is Ableton. If you haven't seen Ableton, it's a DAW. It's called a digital audio workstation. The thing I like about Ableton, and the thing that sells Ableton, is this horizontal and vertical system. Horizontal system allows you to kind of capture your thoughts, capture your loops, right? I can start programming some stuff here. And then the horizontal system is actually your layout of your song. So let's real quick, let me get my guitar set up so that you can hear it. It's going to be the same thing here, too. Let me monitor in. So I think you can probably hear it now. It's probably pretty quiet. But I think it's a start. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna keep it pretty clean. One thing that's not gonna sound great is I'm probably gonna let me turn on some reverb and delay just so it's not super. There you go. Then it won't be super dry at least. Good deal. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is probably just mess around with a couple loops. I don't really have any ideas, so I'll probably just kind of pick around. Maybe something like that. So the thing I will probably follow for my first song on here, good, I'm glad the volume's good. I think I'll do for that kind of the first song on here, there's a chord progression that's really popular. If you've ever heard any anime ever or a lot of soundtracks, they use this chord progression. It's a 4-5 3-6, and they call it the Golden Road. The reason they call it that is it allows you to kind of walk through it. Really popular in Japan. If you've ever heard K-pop, this is just a lot of what it is. And the good thing about it is it kind of can loop forever, which is great for a video game. So a lot of video games you've ever heard. I'm going to mess with some of my delay settings here. Not going to get them perfect, but just with the delays a little bit less distracting. So here I'm probably just going to jam a little bit and kind of lay down some quick chord progression in that time. 1 second. So one interesting thing is you can't hear my click. So good thing about Ableton, yeah, it's a 4-5. It's a 4 or 4-5 3 minor 6 minor. So sounds like this. And that probably sounds pretty anime-ish, right? I mean, that's super simple right now, but a lot of the anime and things you look at, a lot of the games are going to follow that. This is not going to be the battle soundtrack, so I think I've decided there. I'm making a lot of these decisions on the fly, but the battle soundtrack is probably going to be a little something more epic, but something like that on piano with kind of a nice, maybe a little halftime Could sound pretty good. So yeah, that could sound pretty good. So what I'm going to do real quick, let me get my MIDI controller set up here, because that's one thing that really helps is when you're recording this, having a MIDI controller. And I got this pretty cheap, cheap relatively. I mean, it was like $100, but it came with an Ableton Lite subscription. I use Ableton Standard now because I do a lot of recording and stuff that I need it. But Lite version will get you like 90% of the way there. It comes free with a lot of hardware, and it's not like an annual license or anything. It's permanent. And the good thing about it is I can kind of trigger some recordings and things. If I can remember how to do this. So you see that? It's going to let me kind of trigger stuff from my MIDI controller, which is nice. So let me real quick just kind of get tempo going here. So I'm going to set it up where you can hear the click because you can't hear it. Let me actually add in like a drum beat here. Let's see. Basically, let me find instruments, drum rack here. Yeah, I'm thinking more of a JRPG style of art. It's gonna take a little while to get there, just so I'm not as as experienced. I've played a lot of JRPGs, but yeah, I think art style and stuff, I would go for that. It'd be kind of a JRPG inspired here. Let me try to find an instrument here. I'm not sure. I thought I had more instruments in this, so I guess it's in there. Let's see, percussive, or maybe drums. Is there like a drums here? I feel like I'm missing some instruments, which is interesting. Oh, drums, I guess here. There you go. I'm just gonna grab this 808 core kit. It's what I use for pretty much all drums. You actually probably hear 808 core kit on a lot of songs here. But basically, I'm just going to set up a metronome. I'm just going to do some rim shots here. Let's see. We'll get that playing here. Okay. That's basically a metronome. It's a lot quieter than my metronome. Oh, nice. Yeah, that'll be cool. I need to get into Blender and kind of work on that. I'm going to increase the intensity a little bit here. Okay. So I think that's good. I'm going to turn this up. I like loud clicks. And I know you can't hear my click. That's okay. So this is what I'm hearing. I'll let you hear it for a second. So that's the cues. And I can send different things to the cues in Ableton. So like when I play live, in 1 second, I'm actually going to, I think, turn this up and turn my headphones down. Check, check. All right, I also have a USB interface over there. Okay. So that's good. And now I lost my guitar here. There you go. All right, so now what I can do is this is going to click for me. So now, yeah, I can just record just something real quick. I'll just record like a quick loop just to start getting the feel. Okay, keep it that simple. And then we will loop it. So I double time that, that's okay. Okay, I'm real quick check my tuning. I feel like it's a little out. Yeah, there we go. I'll have to record that. All right, let's see. Let's try that again. I'm gonna record it on this track again. All right, sounds pretty good. One thing, I've done a lot of live looping. This is not live looping, really. If I was going to live loop, I would... what I could do, I'll show you that real quick because it's kind of fun. So if I was going to live loop, for example, I could record that. 3. Right, it just keeps going. The thing it's not great for is it's a little bit hard when the MIDI controller is all the way across. I don't have a great desk setup for live looping here. That would be fun though, to do a live looping stream. And I might do this. Not quite. I'm just going to slow down this to something, not that slow. We'll leave it this for now. The thing I was trying to do was maybe do halftime, but that's all right. We'll keep this for now. Let's see. So then what I can do is I'm just going to kind of jam over this for a little bit, get a feeling for what that feels like. All right. Well, let's see. I'm not sure, like in a game, how that fits great, though. I mean, I'm sure it could. Let's throw on a little distortion here, and we can mess with it. I think what I would do is kind of do arpeggiating chords here, which I'll probably set up real quick. Let's see here. Oh, man. I haven't set the levels on my pedals, so they're all off here. One second. Okay, let's see. Definitely sounds like an anime. Not sure if it sounds like a game. So I'm going to put the camera down so you can see a little bit here. So that could be fun. I might go into, I think I'm going to arpeggiate a piano because that might be a little closer to what I'm looking for. Goal today, though, is just to get ideas, start thinking about chord progressions. Let me add a little bit of, oh, you can't even hear this. Oh, man. Okay. I got to make sure I'm setting, you can't hear that either. It's funny because, okay, so think about Ableton as like I have a lot of outputs, right? So I've got like outputs over here, and you're hearing like different ones going on, right? Need to be very conscious of that. This is the first time I'm doing Ableton on stream. And what I'm hearing is on these outputs, 3 and 4, and I'm sending 5 and 6 over to Ableton, so you're hearing something different here. So what that sounded like was... which could sound like an anime, but I'm not sure it sounds like the game I'm looking for, right? I like that melody a little bit, though. I'm going to record some of these because I like the melodies. Again, what we're looking for today is just trying to come up with some melodies and things here. I do like that quite a bit, which is good. So yeah, so basically what I like about this in Ableton is this view I can kind of record some ideas, mess with some stuff, right? Here I'll go ahead and add instruments, and y'all tell me if you're not hearing the audio. Like I said, this is a little bit complicated. Ultimately, this send right here is the send that should be sending to you. But yeah, let me know. So let me grab some kind of piano here. I want something with a little bit of, let's see. Yeah, it could work. I'm thinking. I think some tinkly piano will help. Yeah, that's a good point. This gives me a chance to try out some different things. I think, yeah, a lot of my music style, so the music you've heard, a lot of it relies on some guitar, right? So I will probably have more guitar in it than like Final Fantasy, but that's very Americanized guitar. I don't know if that'll fit. We're gonna add some piano real quick. I'll start with like a basic E piano. Let's see. Let's see if I can. This is gonna be bad. Like I mentioned, I'm not really a pianist. But so what I'll probably do. Let's see. We got like. Let's see. I'll go ahead and try this. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I don't think live I can do this, to be honest. I think live this is gonna be pretty bad. I will probably have to go do a lot of cleanup, but that's okay. You can't even hear it probably. Let's see. Didn't get a lot of volume there. Let me see something real quick. Alright, so let's see this. Also, my keyboard's way over here and tiny. Cool. Okay, I think I'm going to do this from the window. Not talented enough on piano. And all the way over there. That's fine. So, at least I guess I could get the chord. I will just build it. It's fine. Okay, so first off, this is going to be a little slower this way. That's all right. What I'm going to do too is use the arpeggiator, which is a pretty cool tool. So ultimately, I just want the chord here. I'm probably going to do a lot of like 10th chords. So like, I'll do the A, and then I'm going to do up here. I believe it's the C. C sharp. Okay, C sharp. Okay, so I'm gonna just do that. We're gonna add the E in there, here. So then what I can do, let me add a couple more notes here. I'm not gonna probably add the 7. We'll add the 3 down here too, which is the F sharp here. That's at the 6. So I'll have the G sharp here. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is extend this out. We'll grab all this here. Let's see, let me collapse it. Fold, it's gonna collapse it down to here. And I can extend this out. I think these are 1, yeah, okay. So something like this. And then I'm gonna use the arpeggiator, which I haven't used a lot of, but it should be kind of fun. That's what I'm thinking, yeah, slow down. I'll probably slow this down, I mean, if I slow it down now, right? Like, with some piano in there. I'm gonna keep it 120 because that's frustratingly slow right now. That's another powerful tool here, right? Is it morphs the guitar and it morphs what you're doing, right? To be there. And so like if I want to change tempos or try different things, I can do it. I probably would re-record in most cases, but not every case. I can add some atmospheric stuff like this too. Which could be good. Yeah, I like that. That sounds pretty good. I do like that. Okay, let me turn that off. I need to open up my desk to be a little bit more friendly. Here, let me mess with that for a second and get some recordings down so we can try some things out here. I'm gonna wait for this here. All right, let's try this out. Something like that. That could be fun. All right. Oh, I did not record that. That's okay. I've got it on stream. Nice thing about streaming it is it kind of records. Okay, so let's see here. Let me pull out the arpeggiator. Let's see. I've never actually used the arpeggiator. I don't think this is too hard. Let's see. Let's build out. Oh, I need to pull this out here. Be longer. That's so bad. That's all right. This needs to be. I'm gonna turn this off before I go insane. I mean, it's close, but let's see. So length needs to be 4 here. Okay, I'm gonna unfold this. So the next thing I'll do is a B. Also testing my music knowledge of chords here. I'm gonna do the same thing, kind of build this up from a B. So I'm keeping things simple is one of the things I'm doing. So just for now, I'll do like the 1, I'll do the 3. So for a B, that is an E. That's not right. Is it the 5? Don't judge me too much on my music theory here. I play guitar. I think guitarists are kind of known for not being fantastic when I'm looking at a piano. All right, let's see. So then I'm going to do the 10th here, which is going to be the E flat here, sharp. So let's add that to it. Again, this is going to go slow for the time being until I can get a little better at piano here. So I've got my B. I've got my. Oh man, I got. That loop is just difficult. Okay, so we'll do that. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, I think. Let's see. From the B. Good thing is I'm gonna learn a lot more music theory doing this as well, which is nice. The 3 is gonna be the D sharp. Then I got my G flat. This is the 5. Okay. So then the E, which I got. Okay, is the 7. Let's add that 7 in there. I'll add a lower one here. I already got it in there. Okay, B, D sharp. That's not right. That's okay. Yeah, it's trying. A lot of it right now I've got to really think about. I really wish I could be better about that, and probably something I need to work on, but usually does take me quite a bit of time. When you're streaming, doing it live, it's definitely a little bit, a little more challenging, I think, just because there's some intimidation behind it. Okay, so then I got the 3, right? So the D3 is actually A flat minor, so let's go to that. So here, I got this. I have the minor 10th here, which is going to be it's B. Okay, so let's go up to a B here. So I got A flat, B. We're going to hold that B. I'm basically going to pedal that B through there, I think. And then I'm on the 3 here, so three minor. So then I'm gonna also pull that A sharp in, or that D sharp in there. Okay, that's good. Now I kind of want to pull the 7th in there. Let's see. Well, I'll leave the 7th out on that 3, and then I'm gonna go to a 6 minor here, which is going to be C sharp minor. Okay, C sharp minor. So we'll add that in there. Let's see. So pull that in there, and then the E. do think like learning piano makes this a lot better, right? A little easier, because like I know the fretboard, right? I won't say like if you said, hey, you know, in this chord, what are the notes, right? That's gonna take a little bit of time, but at least I know the fretboard enough to be able to do this. So A flat, or in this case G sharp. Okay, I don't think an E is actually in there. In here? Yeah, I guess it is. Is the minor third, which is good. Okay, so ultimately this is pretty close. Let's see what it sounds like. One thing too, interesting here. You are hearing the raw, I think. Are you hearing reverb? That's a good question. Because I have this return, right? You should be getting straight from the return, so you're probably not hearing the reverb from these returns. It's like this is what I'm hearing, right? Maybe that's a better way, is for you to hear. I've switched them. The reverb definitely helps. Let's see how I could do that. Basically what I want is, let's go back to vertical here. I want the master to send to the 5/6, or can I add another output here? Go back here. Let's see. Delay. Let's see here. I don't think I can just add another output. Not sure the best way to do that. Beyond, not that. It's all good, yeah. Basically, I'll show you the difference. So you are hearing them right now. Now you are not. Right, so big difference for sure. Now you are. I think what I need to do here is probably send this to, let's see, I need to send A and B to C, like this, and I think that does it. Let's see. Does that do it? Yeah. Yeah. The only problem is you can hear it now, but I can't. It's like this. You can hear the reverb and stuff, but I can't. Or, sorry. Really confused there. Okay, so you can hear the reverb and stuff, but I can't. But maybe that's okay. I mean, I don't really care if I hear it. I can always listen back. So yeah, so something like this could sound cool. If I can go. Oh, I guess I gotta turn this off here. Here we go. We'll jam on this for a second. could see that working pretty well. Let me try some different instruments here. I don't think I like the E piano there. I might see about just getting like a regular, something, let's see, childhood home piano. See what that sounds like. See Dreamscape. That's pretty good here. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see if I can. I don't want to swing it. I kind of like the arpeggio here. Let's see if there's some different styles. What if we did like 16th notes? Let me go back to this real quick because it's a little... I want to find a good piano here. I don't like childhood home piano because it's too muddy. Oh, grand piano. That's not bad. Up and down, maybe I don't need to do. I could do some, that's interesting. That's too interesting, I think. So yeah, so what I'm doing here is this arpeggiator that has several different arpeggios in it. Like I can do random. It's gonna hit random notes within that arpeggio. Pinky up is gonna keep it my pinky, the pinky on the piano, right? Kind of like the last note. And you've got a lot of different options here. So I'll solo it real quick. I gotta keep my mic on. So there's that. It's not terrible. I could probably go back to something like this. So if I go back. Not sure if I like the 16th notes and the 8th notes better. I think I kind of like the 16th notes. That's starting to sound a little bit like a intro here. Maybe slow it down now. Maybe a little too much. Not bad, yeah. I think we could pretty easily start playing with something like that, right? I'm gonna real quick listen to. Yeah. I think you could do this, and then I think you could, yeah, I'm not positive yet. 16th, definitely parts of it could play with it for a little bit. And I think if you started putting a melody over this, it's something like. Agree, yeah. Yeah. I think the cool thing is, yeah, I'll have to go back and listen to how kind of a lot of this is sounding, which is fine. Yeah, I think that works pretty well too. All right, let's add another instrument here. So one of the cool things they have is these like synth rhythm. I'm probably gonna have a lot of synth in my music. I really like synth. One thing they have is they have these kind of synth rhythm things here, and so you can do like a pulsating lo-fi pluck, for example. And the cool thing I can do now is basically I take this, paste it, okay, and then we play it here. I will probably have to go quickly clean up some of it, but we at least get a little bit here. That's a little bit too much. Might be a mistake in this case. But it's okay. It's a little intense. Not quite looking for something that intense, I think, for... Let me try this again. Just push farther back. Yeah, I probably could do that here. Let's go back to that lo-fi pluck here. Let's do some mixing. It's gonna be hard to mix. I'm mixing in two places, and I can't actually hear yours. I might need to. Let me turn this off real quick. Let's see if I can get it where I can hear. No, I can't push it to Q. I was gonna see if I could push this to the Q, but I can't because I kind of want to hear what's coming out of these reverb delay because you're getting a different mix than me. I will probably set up my sins off stream sometime to make it a little bit just kind of cleaner. But that's okay. Yeah, this is with that pulsating lo-fi in the background a little bit. Let me try like this. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's listen to some of these. The one thing is I don't know if you can hear them. Like, I don't think you can hear that, right? I'd have to do this. Now you can hear it, but I can't. It's kind of a catch-22. I think I can probably set up like another master out, right? Like another... I will have to research how to do it. I'm sure there's a way to set up a second master out that's essentially the exact same. What if I just copy-paste it? Nope, it doesn't like that. That's okay. So let's listen to some of these. What I'll do is I'll play... Let's solo this here. Oh, interesting. So that's interesting here. I think you lose it though if I do this. Let me check something real quick. You lose that or you still have it? I'm watching the ASIO output. Good, okay, that works. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Okay, let's see. That does eliminate the need for this send, which is good. I am a little quieter. I don't know if I'm still quieter in your ears or not. Let's see. And then I can get... I don't know why it's getting louder. Good deal, okay. Interesting. So one thing that's interesting is maybe I have different... interesting. I can't control the actual mix, I feel like, when I have this enabled like this, though. Which is kind of interesting. Why is that? I mean, you might be able to hear the change. I actually can't hear... everything's just all max, which is fine, I guess. It does make it... Oh! That's pan. Okay, that's alright. Let's listen to a couple of these. Let me know if it's just ridiculously loud. It is changing for you? Well, I'm glad it's changing for you. For some reason in my ear, it's not changing at all. It's all the same here. Okay, and then when I turn like this up, so like I've turned this grand piano all the way down, that's all I hear right now is grand piano. So I need to figure out how that works. We'll mess with it. Okay, let's mess with it later, because I'm probably gonna do this for about 10 minutes. Let's try some different things here. Oh. That's not it. That sounds... Oh, this could be cool for some kind of battle something. Not for this, though. Okay. Interesting. It's not terrible. I kind of like it. It fills things up. Let's look at a couple others. That's terrible. Oh, that's cool. Not quite what I'm looking for here. The lo-fi is pretty cool. Let's try. If it wasn't... Okay, well, let me see if I can get this to not change notes on me. That is for the party celebration cutscene. I agree with you. That other one, yeah. Let's see if I can maybe morph. I mean, that's kind of cool. I like that a lot. might need a little bit more distortion though on this one. Let's see what we got. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. I'm not sure on mix. On mine, it's super loud. Let's see. Yeah, I like it a lot. Definitely sounds like a video game. Could be like, this is a cool, I think, like main title screen, right? Kind of loading it up. You can do some cool sound effect things. This is a lot slower than I think I'm used to playing. And then I think I can do some of the atmospheric stuff. So here's where we could really get into some of this stuff here. I like that a lot. Let's see what else we could jam on this here. I keep coming back to that melody. Agree. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and record some of these real quick. Just record some atmospheric stuff. This is where the MIDI controller really helps, because I don't have to reach all the way across from my keyboard. We'll wait for it. Okay, and then one thing we want to do is really turn up the reverb and delay on this. Because that, actually, let's do this. One thing is that it's really jarring. And so I'll play through it once. And then the second time I'll record it. There we go. I think I could really, like, we drop this out and drop this out. I like that. Let's see. We can kind of build up here. I need to re-record that sample here. We got. Yeah, I like the dropping out too, yeah. Could do a lot of stuff here, I think. Let's see, so when we drop this, I like that a lot. Sounds sweet. So yeah, really dynamic here. I like the dynamics. It's really loud here. Agree, yeah, I think it could be really good. So I like where we're at right now. Let's see. Maybe, I don't know if I should do like... I can probably do some electric guitar, like just lines here. Just some rhythm. Not sure yet. We'll mess with it. But I think I'm gonna go for about another minute or so. This has been fun though. I mean, this. So then yeah, all I have to do, right, is like I take these, right, and I go drop them. So you can see they're already on here, right? So one thing I can do is just record, because in time it's gonna be recording everything I'm doing, and I just hit that, and it goes and populates it, and then I have everything from a horizontal, or I guess this vertical workspace, to my horizontal workspace. And it lets me kind of record stuff in time. It lets me manipulate everything here. So yeah, that's kind of Ableton in a nutshell. I do really like how this is going. Let's see, I wouldn't do just that by itself. Maybe, oh yeah, not with that. That sounds good, but maybe even like I could see, like if I, oops. You can even come here, right? And I can say, hey, record. And I could just start here. And you can kind of orchestrate, right? So from here I can say, hey, add some guitar in. And you can see it recording, right? So kind of nice there. Yeah, it's gonna be killer once we're... Lots of room for dynamics, which I like. Let's see, and then we'll add in some more guitar here. Yeah, I think that one's gonna go well. And nice to be able to now. It records all that, right? So you can get all your ideas. And then if like I wanted to go back and play it back, right? There we go. That's what we just played. Only records the jazz kit too, so it didn't record our click track or my voice. Oh, that's rough. That's okay. It was draft. Yeah. So ultimately, I'm pretty happy with where that's sitting. We'll play that just for some background music here. But I think I'm gonna call it a night. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Journey. Thanks everybody else for hanging out. Oh, okay. So I'm back over in. I need to go back to my vertical workspace here, or my vertical workspace. Should be that. Let's see. Do I hit this button? I can't remember how to go back to my vertical workspace. That is okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah, absolutely. I will. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'll probably try to end every stream with this because I think I need to make progress here. And I think one second. We will do this. And I think this is the way to make progress. Is just kind of doing this in here. Let me do this. Let's see. It's jarring because I can't hear myself. That's all right. So yeah, hopefully we can do a lot more of this, and that should be fun and make a lot more progress. Next time, what I'll probably end up doing is start arranging a song, right? We'll grab and probably have some kind of piano part like this. Maybe not this exact one, but something close. We'll play with some things. And yeah, eventually, once we get enough tracks down, we kind of where we want to be, we can start arranging it into a song. So, okay, well, I'll find someone to raid real quick while we're listening to this piano tune here. Let's see. We can add a little more. We'll rock out, I guess, to it. Oops. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Glad you had fun. Yeah, you have a good night too. Again, thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk soon here. I'm just gonna find somebody to raid, and then we'll call it a night. Potato Games is great. Talk to y'all soon.